Product pricing. You must offer your products for a price your target market is willing to pay. If they're not willing to pay it, you're missing the mark. Prices you set should produce a profit for your company, or you won't be in business for long. Take into account your time, cost, and what the market is willing to pay. You need to take into consideration the competition products and service prices. You need to take into mind customers' perception of the value. How does your customer see it? All of this is going to be coming from research that you're going to be doing out there. There will be times when you decide to set prices below cost or even free for specific purposes, such as trying to gain entrance into the market or maybe for list building or branding. But when you're doing these things, a lot of people go, why would I want to give it away for free? Or why do I want to sell it that low? Well, maybe you're having a hard time struggling to gain entrance, or you know that the money really is in the list of a good of good targeted buyers, so you have it at a low, very low front end just to get people into your product funnel. So what you need to be thinking when you're creating these is you need to be thinking what comes next and have that ready, because that's where you understand that the real money is going to be at, is in that back end marketing strategy that you set up. So, even though that you have some things for free, some things at a very low price, there's a specific reason for it, and for that pricing. So you have to take that into consideration. As a general rule, better products have a higher price. Higher production costs, more or higher quality materials, longer production and creation time, or more selective tests. There's a lot of times that things are going to take a lot longer. There's going to be more cost and time involved, and you're going to want to have a higher price on those products. So take into consideration how much expense you have put into it and how much time. Now, bigger expected advantages for the client. So if your client can see that there's they're expecting a bigger advantage, just because they see that you have a higher price. They associate a higher price of getting more value, and that's not always the case, unfortunately. But you want to, if you have that higher price on it, your customers see that and they expect a higher advantage to them. Consumers without their own opinion nor the capability of directly judging quality may rely on the price to reflect quality. They will prefer to pay a higher price because they expect quality to be better. So if there's no way for them to really judge the quality, of the products, or they're not able to form their own opinion, a lot of times they're going to base your price of that product as something that is going to be of either higher or lower quality. If they see a higher price, if they can't judge that, they're going to be able to say in their mind, well, this is a higher price than the other competitors, so I guess that there's probably going to be more value in here. So they associate the higher prices with more value. Now, an important flaw to consider is that it can be purposely exploited by the seller, with the result that not all highly priced products are of good quality. Remember, I told you that there's a lot of people that look at their product as an afterthought, and they're just throwing stuff out there because in their mind they don't believe anybody's going to use it in the first place. Do not get into that kind of thinking and that kind of mindset. You need to be thinking about your products, the way that you price them, and delivering the actual value, and then over delivering what you say is there. You don't want them to buy your products and not find what you just promised them. Competitive pricing is something that's very important, generally used when there's an established market price for a particular product or service. If all your competitors are charging $37 for a 100-page ebook, for example, that's what you should charge. Research your competition. It's important. We sold our 400 and some page ebook for $37. That came with private label rights, the sales material, and everything. Now, why did we do that when we knew that the value was there? Basically, it was what our competition was already selling it for. It was where we were selling this at the time. And also, it's because of people's perception, what we're going to be talking about in just a second, of what the value of an ebook. A lot of times they weren't coming in and seeing all the other value. In their mind, they're thinking, ebook, why is this going to be $67, $97 for an ebook and stuff when everybody else is selling it at $37. So those are kind of things we took into consideration, and we're also using it for a specific purpose for our front end marketing. Competitive pricing is used most often with markets with products that are more difficult to differentiate from another. So basically, if you're creating an ebook and everybody else has got this, the same kind of ebook out there, your page numbers are pretty much the same. It's just, and if that's what you're sticking for and you can't differentiate yourself in a way from the crowd, it's going to be kind of hard to sell that for more than what your competition already is selling theirs for. Market leaders will often set the price that other marketers within the same market will usually be compelled to follow. And that's where Paul and I are working to become is the market leader, where we can begin to set our prices that everybody else can learn to follow. That they have to start living up to what we're doing, where we're providing the best quality out there, and for them to be able to compete against us, they're going to have to provide the same kind of quality and value to their customers as well. Otherwise, they're not going to be able to compete with the products that we have out there in the prices that we're doing. Be able to defend the prices you set. This is important. Be able to make a case for setting a higher price than the competitors. Example, providing a superior customer service or stronger guarantee is an example of what you could offer there. Now, this is what Paul and I are doing. We've made a case basically for why we are going to be able to sell our products for a higher price than our competitors. And we got a good strong case that we can defend these prices. And the thing of it is that our customers that are buying these products can see it already. They know what we're doing, and they don't even second, guess, or they don't even take another look at the price we're offering, because they know and expect that value to be there, and they know that we're going to deliver that value. So we're able to defend the prices that we set. Perceived value pricing is something that you're going to be dealing with the customer mainly, and what their perception is of your value. How the customer perceives the value of the product determines the maximum price customers will pay. An obvious and important component of perceived value is the differentiation or comparison customers make between you and the competition, where they can actually see that there is a higher perceived value than any of the rest of the competition. They see the differentiation there, what sets you apart from everybody else, and they're willing to be able to pay a little bit more. Perceived value pricing makes you look at things from the customer's perspective. If the customer doesn't or can't perceive the value worth pulling out the credit card and paying you, you need to rethink your game plan. I want to thank you again for watching, and have an amazing day.